everyone, Michael Bretti here from Bretti Musical Instruments. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the four major sizes of wooden shun that I currently make, and kind of diving into the differences between the size, the tone, and some of the subtle nuances between playing each of them. Now, as a really brief overview, which I'll get into more details in another video, each of these shun are tuned as 8-hole shun. So I find this gives me the best balance in terms of tone, playability, and range. This means they also have 6 holes in the front, 2 thumb holes in the back. And if you are familiar with other flutes like the inline ocarina, for example, this will play very similarly to that. So you play right up and down the scale. It makes playing much easier, much simpler to learn the fingerings, and also makes the accidentals a little bit easier. So these have a total range of about 17 or 18 notes, depending on how good you are with the more advanced bending at the lower end. They are fully chromatic and play a little bit over an octave. So the first of the shun models in this series is the Soprano shun. So I make a few different sizes and form factors. This one is actually tuned to the key of C5. This is the smallest size of the ones that I make, but they can vary a little bit by a note or two, depending on some of the form factors that I use for the soprano. So this particular shun is made from African paduk. It's a beautiful reddish orange wood. It has a very nice chatoyancy to this particular piece. Gives it a really nice, bright, sweet type tone. So just to give a demonstration of what this particular shun sounds like. So very nice, bright, almost bird-like type tone, a little bit nasally as well. I will say that out of all of the sizes that I make, the soprano size is definitely the most challenging to master. This is because the smaller the size, the tighter and more focused your airstream and embouchure has to be, resulting in a bit more challenge in playing, especially at the high end. Another challenge with the soprano shun is that due to its small size, its pitch can vary quite considerably depending on your blowing angle as well as your blowing speed. So they can be a bit harder to play in tune. However, if you can master playing the soprano size shun, you can play any of the other sizes with ease. That's the size that I started with when I was started developing and working on these shun, and it really helped me progress much more rapidly in my embouchure and technique, which was easily transferred to the other sizes. Next up, we have the Alto shun. So this is an Alto E4 shun. This particular one is made out of figured rambutan. So this is actually the wood from the rambutan or the lychee fruit. It has very, very beautiful figuring to this particular piece. And this was actually made as a alto and bass set for myself for my own personal collection. And this particular shun is one of my favorites in my personal collection. The Alto E4 shun is characterized with a much more mellow, rounded tone as compared to the soprano. Definitely easier to start playing and pick up as well. So let's give this one a listen. So again, much mellower, more lower type tone, bit easier to play, and a little bit easier to hold if you have a bit larger hands. The next size up is the Alto E flat 4 shun. So as you can see, this one is narrower and taller than the E 4 shun, um, but it has a little bit deeper pitch and a little bit different characteristic timbre. This particular shun from my collection is made from ribbon curl Afromorgia. So you can see it has a really beautiful iridescent grain running across the shun. And with all the instruments that I develop, I pay very close attention to the grain structure, to the patterns, to the coloration, and kind of design the instrument um, layout based on kind of the aesthetics of the wood. So this particular shun is very smooth playing shun and one of the favorites of this size in my collection to play. So let's give this one a listen. So again, a little bit deeper tone. You'll also notice that it has almost a bodily type texture to it. So if you took a soda bottle, for example, and you blew across the top, you kind of get that unique type of tone. And because of kind of longer proportions than the E4 shun, the E flat 4 kind of has that unique characteristic too, which I actually particularly enjoy. Again, very easy, very smooth playing shun, very similar breath requirements compared to the E4, and it offers a little bit different texture as well as holding style. So if you prefer a little bit wider or shorter shun or a little bit taller or narrower shun, each of these can kind of accommodate your preferences in playing style. The final shun of the series is my bass shun. So these are typically tunes to the key of B3. I do have a C3 in my collection that's actually the matching set with this E flat or this E4 shun here. This particular shun is made from figured purple heart. You can also see that it has a crushed malachite inlay as well as an Akoya pearl inlay. And this was actually a really special shun. This one is a gift for my daughter for her 5th birthday. So at the time, she really liked purple and green colors, so I incorporated that into the design, as well as the pearl for her birthstone. So despite this being a bass instrument, it's very small still and very light, and for its size, it has a surprisingly deep tone. If you took a similar sized ocarina, for example, a bass B3 ocarina, you will find that it's really massive. It's like the size of a football. So one of the nice things about shun, especially if you're kind of into the lower pitches, the way that the physics and dynamics works with this particular type of blowing across the top and the overall dynamics of the instrument gives it a much deeper tone than most other types of flutes for a given size. So let's give this one a listen. So again, very nice, deep, rich, mellow tone to it. um, it does require a little bit more breath than the other sizes, just because it is a larger size instrument, so you need a little bit more breath to fill the volume of the chamber. However, based on the feedback that I've heard from other instrumentalists who have played both styles of the shun now, it sounds like for someone who's never played the shun before, the bass shun is easier to start out with, especially on the low notes. And I highly recommend anyone just starting out on the instrument really focus on getting a strong, clean tone on the high notes and then progressing upwards, because it gets a little bit more tricky as your embouchure tightens up. So that is the basics of these four shun. If you like these instruments and want to see more of these developments, you can follow my work at the Bretti Musical Instruments Instagram, as well as the Facebook page. There are also dozens of videos now on this YouTube channel that shows playing examples of every shun that I have made, and eventually other instruments as well. So I have a lot of other instruments in the works, and I release videos for demonstrating each of the instruments that I make, to give you a feel for not only how they sound across the range of instruments and sizes, but also kind of the subtle tone changes between various woods. So with that, thank you for stopping in and taking a look at the shun. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to comment below, or send an email through my email located in the information of this video. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.